Hey guys, it's Mario here, and I'm currently in the center of Rome. As you guys can see, it's very busy, very noisy right now, and this is the Fountain di Trevi, very famous place here in Rome. And I wanted to make a video on a little bit on taking action, and something that I'm sure you guys will appreciate a lot. When I go a little bit philosophical on you, you appreciate these kind of just simply raw ideas, and this is definitely one of those. It's not refined, this is something just from the top of my head, and it's about taking action, right? So there's something called the law of diminishing intent, and let me try to explain that in a very simple way, right? So let's say I often as a kid I would get excited to do something, right? I would get excited, let's say, to start a book collection or start collecting some toys or start a new video game or something like that. And that initial excitement, that strong emotion, and if I didn't act on that emotion, it would actually the passion would die out very soon. And not only would that task be like really hard for me to do, but it would also be difficult to reignite that passion once again for the same thing. And I'm sure a lot of you guys could resonate with, let's say, some guy wants to start a book library, and he's like procrastinating on buying the first book, procrastinating on starting the library, and it's kind of like it just dies off, right? And then once that emotion dies off, you are really unlikely to follow through, and it makes you kind of resent the whole thing. And that's one thing like that I want to kind of address in this video, is that if you have a goal, let's say if you set a goal, if you have a really passionate goal, let's say for a New Year's resolution, this is a very common time to set some kind of like a health goal or a diet goal. And often, I mean, people don't act on it immediately and they just lose that passion. They lose that emotion, and that emotion, that strong feeling, that desire, that drive to get it done is actually the strongest once that idea just came to be, right? Once that idea is brand new in your head, once it's there, once you have that fire, act on it, right? Act on it immediately, as soon as possible, and you will see that you will gain that initial momentum, and because that idea is so strong, you can actually maintain the strength of the idea and through execution, and you're gonna get much better results. It's like kind of like stoking the fire, right? The fire is really strong once you have that intrinsic motivation, once you kind of imagine yourself being ripped, once you imagine yourself being healthy, imagine yourself being strong, imagine yourself having a large book collection when you're like old, you're reading all these books, you're smart, you're doing all these things, and you don't act on it. And then it kind of like, because that image is in your head, like that image of what it could be, and you're so far from that, more and more and further you are, it just gets worse and worse, right? You just kind of begin to resent it, and you're trying to begin to resent it yourself. And what that does is really reduces your self-esteem, right? And your self-esteem is really critical, and that leads to self-efficacy. Self-efficacy leads to taking more action. And in general, once you kind of quote unquote fail yourself internally, what happens is that you just build an identity of being like a quitter, right? Being like a guy who is not following through on his own ideas. And that's really the worst position to be in, because you're not technically in alignment with your own character, like you're not in alignment with your own integrity. And what that does essentially is that you lose trust in yourself. And once you lose trust in yourself, what happens is that your essential, like your being, like and all the people around you start losing trust in you as well. And that's really leading to that downward spiral, that negative cycle, and it gets extremely hard to get things done and to begin to trust yourself again. And that's why it's important to instantly act on the action while the emotion is strong, while the idea is brand new, while that fire is inside of you, right? When that fire is inside of you, you can get things done very fast. You can get things done with a lot of passion, with a lot of execution, and that focus is gonna be extremely driven. Like you're gonna be very driven and focused at the same time. And I remember when I was first starting off with fitness, I didn't wait to find a perfect workout plan. I didn't wait to find a perfect diet. I just took action immediately. I just added some fuel to that fire. I stoked that fire a little bit more, and what happened is that that fire remained really strong, and it's much easier to maintain that fire than when it just dies out completely to start the fire again. So quick message here from the Fountain di Trevi. Amazing location. As you guys can see, there's a ton of people around here, ton of noise as well. That's why I'm holding this microphone here close to my mouth, just so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool to be in Rome. I'm gonna still be filming a lot of footage. Shared a couple of ideas here in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments below how you resonate with this idea, the idea of a law of diminishing intent. That's called like when you lose that intent to actually take action. So let me know how I resonate with that in the comments below. Aside from that, make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the face, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.